All right, unfortunately I got 9 minutes, but here's what Google. Welcome to SMF, by the way. Once again, Google has great action off the 60-minute chart. You can see the volatility within the structure of the trend. That was yesterday, and we made the higher high today. The most important thing was that what people need to know here in the school is that we have a 60-minute buy signal in play right here, whether you like it or not. It's nice. And we did not go into a 60-minute sell signal, so therefore when we take out this price action today, we have got a long ways to go. That's the 60-minute chart. And I want everyone to know that when Google's in a 60-minute buy signal, it did not surrender in price action failure to create this MACD bar to go into a sell signal like that. But rather, the power of that momentum is because of that buy signal here. All right. Let's also define the weekly chart on Google and what we like and why we like it, and when is a good time to get really good entries at wholesale prices on calls with smaller amount of risk in the trade. Is because that green line is a 200-week moving average, people, and the percent DS on a weekly, for Christ's sake, just peaked the other day on this or last week at 20.91, and we are now, that was oversold. I will show people what overbought was and why we had shorts, because right here, my friends, you were 96% overbought on a weekly. You weren't going to go higher. Here I peaked, pal, and here I'm at 22. And another thing you need to know is that the green line, that's this line, that's this line, that's this right here, which is this number right here, 43.87 versus last week 483.27. That's a higher number. That means that that's a 200-week moving average. And what it means is that Google is acting well and can outperform the market right now in this cycle because of all of this going on here and now, right now. The weekly CCI is minus 96 and improving. Price action above the 200-week, you're going to have, you're still going to be in that volatility trading on it. But the thing that you're going to learn here at stockmarketfunding.com is, number one, how do I trade the calls? Well, these calls are right here. That's a $500 call, and I'll be giving bid. Tammy got these calls yesterday at the lows and got in, and the market's going to open in 5 minutes, so I'm going to give a bid. Right now, on the other hand, and this is what makes a trade nice. That's price action this week. Will be final tomorrow, and the closing week above this 200 week is something we really enjoy. For the short-term bottom-up trade, got a lot of problem up in here though. So we're buying down in here to sell below here to the public. But the momentum, the intraday price action momentum, is what we do best here. And I'm going to start giving bids. Right now, they're going to gap this up above. There's a market gap for the $500 call. Right now, we got about 5 minutes to the opening bell. And people can go back and look. So they'll gap this up 1050 by 1090. Then we'll see in this pit, this market maker pit, $500 call in relationship to this is that this will go up in price and the public will get in. And I'm going to give bids back on this for right now. When the equity gaps up, if there's a sell gap and they slide the bid and bring this down, that means that the opening gap here on the call would come back in value. So we're going to monitor the price action. Right now I'm going to give the best bid. There's a market by 850 by 880. There's another market by 910 by 940. And there's also a market at 970 by $10 right above the top there. And then we start getting into the trading. Those are lower bids within that option pit. Now, don't try to figure out how that's done on this video. Just understand and follow along. What I will tell people is that 1070 by 1120 is the top end of this contract on that upper side, price to market. And once again, where that price action market comes in at $500 call is, like always, let's suck everyone in up there and then let it pull back and let USMF masters get the wholesale price. So I'm going to give a price, Scotty, and you can scale the prices, Scotty. So you could go right now. You have no fear of 860, 930, and check this out. Even 970 is a buy as well. And same thing with Brian Plain. You can scale that, but you're going to have to watch, and we're going to watch that 3-minute chart on the opening bell. And this is that call right here. Once again, you've been given a gift. And let me tell you again that 500 is a good trade. And we're trading other ones at 490 as well. However, be advised that this here says 800 weekly. It's a weekly chart. And we got down where price action could be bought and traded within the volatility. Sometimes there's $25 round trip in this thing. It's a heaven's dream for a trader like us, because we get net long when it goes up and then we short the price down. We make both sides. We enjoy our life here. And the thing about it is that 20.91 was the bottom of that weekly percent DS with a tick of 2201, and now the closing price will not be final until the end of the Friday close. When that Friday close tomorrow is final, we'll see if we closed above the 200-week moving average.